This is Harry Edgar Payne III, also known as the Sigma Stoic. And today I want to talk about the importance of balance in your life. To make a proper analogy for you, think about conservatives and liberals, and the fact that with conservatives and liberals, you've got the conservatives believing that this country should be run exclusively by them. Then on the left side, you got pretty much the same sentiment. So this country just goes back and forth between Republican and Democrat. There was a time when this country, and I was alive then, this country was able to coexist far better in the political spectrum. Republicans and Democrats who played golf together on the weekends, and that's where they ironed out their policies. They were good friends outside of the office, so to speak. But when they were at work, of course, they had to put on some show for their cohorts. But still, they knew where their loyalties lie. And first and foremost, that was to this country. Well, much like politics, let's talk about you. In your case, you are a much better decision maker, much more rational when you can weigh both sides of the coin. See, the beauty of being liberal and being conservative at the same time, you can do both depending on the situation and what it calls for. When you're pushing for new ideas, new goals, you got to learn how to pump the brakes every once in a while to make sure you get there at the right time. Not too soon, not way too late, but just the right time. That is the beauty of balance. When you know, hey, my family life is going well, I'd like to lend a little more to my personal hobby or my job performance. But you want to have that balance. So when you go to work, you're good to go with the way you perform and the appreciation you get from your coworkers as a result. By the same token, you're no stranger to your family, if you have a family, when you get home, because you put in the time in both places. You're balanced. That balance will really help you with your equilibrium in your mental health. When you don't have to jump through hoops and go into a phone booth like Superman to change from Clark Kent to Superman on a daily basis, you get a chance to really hold on to the essence of you and be you, rather than you keep changing into this person that you're not constantly. You got to have balance, got to practice balance. You've got to be aware of the fact that, hey, I want to implement positive changes in my life, but I don't want to move much too fast for the situation to come to fruition like I want it to. And by the same token, I don't want to sit around forever languishing, thinking that the same old has to do. Balance is the way. See, a lot of people don't realize, even for Stoics, past and present, they had feelings, but they never allowed their feelings to dominate their behavior. That's the difference. Now, laypersons think Stoics are, they're just emotionless. They don't respond to anything. That's not exactly true. And you really don't understand what it means to be a Stoic. I know for me, now I don't cry any tears of joy because I've got no sorrow within me. But I have shed plenty of tear for the human condition, acts of kindness, beautiful feelings. I've been overwhelmed before. Even when I've been sitting there in the morning going through my reflections and I see a video that touches me or I have a thought that touches me, then boom, it's off to the races. But I do have feelings, but I'm in control of them. I don't allow them to dictate what I do in life, because that feeling that you have, be it good or bad, a lot of times it's going to be reckless. It's going to go above and beyond the pale of what you need to do. But rational thinking and calm and poise and frame helps bring clarity to so much that we do and say in life. So don't react from your raw emotions, because your raw emotions are not the truth about the situation. They are your initial perspective of the situation, which the longer you take to think about it, the longer you take to respond to it, the more clarity you glean from that situation. So just remember, at all costs, having a healthy balance in life is important. This is Harry Edgar Payne III, Sigma Stoic, wishing you a good day. Peace.